there are those of us who like to venture to the unexplored, to see the beauty in the strange and unknown.
Morgan Freeman is the voice of authority in Hollywood. From The Shawshank Redemption to $1 Million Baby, his presence transforms every film he touches. But behind that iconic voice and commanding screen presence lies a student of the craft, a man who spent decades studying the masters who came before him. 7 actors shaped Morgan Freeman's approach to performance. 7 legends taught him everything from raw emotional truth to the power of silence. These aren't just his heroes. They're the blueprint for how he built one of cinema's most respected careers, rising from poverty in Mississippi to become Hollywood royalty.
Production of Coriolanus. I was the lead. Denzel was a...
This isn't about celebrity worship. This is about artistic DNA, the passing of wisdom from one generation to the next, and how the greatest performers in history live on through Freeman's unforgettable characters. These are the 7 actors who made Morgan Freeman the legend he became, and the shocking ways their influence appears in his most powerful performances. Morgan Freeman didn't stumble into greatness.
What do you use? What do you see when you look at him?
He earned it through decades of struggle, study, and unwavering dedication to his craft. Born into poverty in rural Mississippi, he discovered acting as an escape from a world that offered few opportunities for young black men in the 1940s and 50s. But Freeman's journey was different from most actors. He spent years in theatre, honing his craft in small productions and studying the masters who had broken barriers before him. When he finally reached Hollywood, he carried those influences like sacred texts, understanding that every great actor stands on the shoulders of those who came before. The 7 actors on this list represent more than just inspiration. They're the foundation of Freeman's artistic identity. From Shakespearean masters to method acting pioneers, each one contributed something essential to the performer we know today. Understanding their influence reveals the secret behind Freeman's ability to command respect in every role, and why his voice has become synonymous with wisdom itself. Number 7. Sidney Poitier. Starting our countdown is Sidney Poitier, the actor who showed Morgan Freeman that black performers could be more than just supporting players in Hollywood's grand narrative. Poitier's influence on Freeman goes beyond breaking racial barriers. It's about understanding that true dignity comes from within, not from the roles you're offered.
You tell that to my boy tonight when you put him to sleep on the living room couch.
Freeman first encountered Poitier's work in The Defiant Ones during his early theatre days in New York. He was struck by how Poitier commanded the screen without raising his voice or resorting to theatrical gestures. Sidney showed me that power doesn't come from volume, Freeman reflected in a rare interview with Ebony magazine. It comes from conviction. This influence shaped Freeman's entire approach to screen acting. Like Poitier, he learned to use stillness as a weapon, to let his presence speak before his words. In Driving Miss Daisy...
Something wrong back there, Miss Daisy?
No.
Something I done?
His portrayal of Hoke Colburn channels Poitier's technique of maintaining dignity in the face of prejudice. In The Shawshank Redemption, Red's quiet wisdom echoes Poitier's ability to convey depth through restraint.
One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs.
But it's Poitier's off-screen persona that truly influenced Freeman. Both men understood that being a successful black actor in Hollywood meant carrying the hopes and dreams of an entire community. Sidney taught me that every role is a responsibility, Freeman has said. You're not just playing a character, you're representing possibilities. Their relationship became personal when Poitier personally recommended Freeman for several early film roles. Industry insiders say Poitier saw something of himself in the younger actor and wanted to help guide his path. That mentorship shows in every dignified performance Freeman has given since. Number 6. Paul Newman. Paul Newman taught Morgan Freeman that movie stars could also be serious artists. Newman's influence on Freeman goes beyond their shared commitment to craft. It's about understanding that true stardom requires substance beneath the charisma, and that the best actors never stop learning. Freeman discovered Newman's work during his struggling actor days in Los Angeles, studying Cool Hand Luke and The Hustler frame by frame. He was captivated by how Newman could make flawed characters sympathetic without excusing their behavior. Paul showed me that audiences don't need heroes, Freeman told the New York Times. They need human beings. This influence appears throughout Freeman's career, particularly in his more complex roles. His portrayal of Fast Black in Street Smart borrowed Newman's technique of finding vulnerability in tough characters. In Unforgiven, his Ned Logan channels Newman's ability to show a man's past haunting his present. Newman also influenced Freeman's approach to the business side of acting. Both men understood that longevity in Hollywood required smart choices and artistic integrity. Paul taught me that saying no to the wrong project is more important than saying yes to the right one, Freeman has reflected. Their friendship developed over years of mutual admiration. Newman reportedly called Freeman one of the most naturally gifted actors he'd ever encountered, while Freeman considered Newman a master of the craft. When Newman died in 2008, Freeman was among the pallbearers, calling it an honor to carry a giant. Number 5. Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando revolutionized screen acting, and his influence on Morgan Freeman runs deeper than most realize. Brando showed that actors didn't have to be perfect or even likable. They just had to be truthful. This lesson became fundamental to Freeman's approach to character work. Freeman first encountered Brando in On the Waterfront during his theatre training in New York. He was stunned by Brando's raw emotional honesty and his ability to find truth in every gesture. Marlon made acting look like living, Freeman once observed in a masterclass at the Actors Studio. He didn't perform emotions, he experienced them. This influence shaped Freeman's most powerful dramatic performances. His work in C7 and Channels, Brando's technique of using physical behavior to express internal states. In $1 Million Baby, his portrayal of Eddie Scrap Iron Dupree borrows Brando's ability to convey a lifetime of experience through subtle expressions. Brando also taught Freeman about the power of preparation. Marlon understood that great acting starts long before the cameras roll, Freeman explained to aspiring actors. He lived with his characters until they became part of him. Their connection became personal through mutual friends in the theatre world. Brando reportedly saw Freeman's early stage work and predicted he would become a major film actor. Marlon saw potential in Morgan that Morgan didn't even recognize yet, a longtime friend revealed. Number 4. James Earl Jones. James Earl Jones represents everything Morgan Freeman admires about the power of voice and presence.
Type are you interested in?
While both men became known for their distinctive vocal qualities, Jones taught Freeman that true authority comes from understanding the weight of words and the responsibility that comes with being heard. Freeman's admiration for Jones began during his theatre days when he saw Jones perform in The Great White Hope on Broadway. He was captivated by how Jones could fill an entire theatre with his presence, commanding attention through sheer force of personality. James showed me that voice is an instrument, Freeman told Variety, but like any instrument, it requires discipline and practice to master. This influence shaped Freeman's entire approach to dialogue delivery. Like Jones, he learned to use pauses as punctuation, to let silence carry as much weight as words. In The Shawshank Redemption, Red's narration borrows Jones's technique of making every word count. In Bruce Almighty, his portrayal of God channels Jones's ability to convey infinite wisdom through vocal control. Jones also influenced Freeman's understanding of representation in Hollywood.
Yes. You like Star Wars.
Both men broke barriers as black actors who could play authority figures without stereotyping. James proved that audiences would accept black actors in roles of power and wisdom, Freeman has said. He opened doors that I walked through. Their friendship spans decades, with both actors supporting each other through career challenges and personal struggles. Industry insiders describe their relationship as that of artistic brothers, each pushing the other to greater heights of excellence. Number 3. Spencer Tracy. Spencer Tracy taught Morgan Freeman that the best acting looks effortless. Tracy's influence on Freeman goes beyond technique. It's about understanding that true mastery means making the difficult appear simple, and that the camera captures truth more than performance. Freeman discovered Tracy through classic films like Guess Who's Coming to Dinner and Inherit the Wind. He was struck by Tracy's naturalistic approach and his ability to convey complex emotions without apparent effort. Spencer made it look like he wasn't acting at all, Freeman reflected in a documentary about classic Hollywood. That's the highest compliment you can give a performer. This influence permeates Freeman's entire screen presence. His approach to dramatic scenes borrows Tracy's technique of underplaying rather than overplaying emotional moments. In Driving Miss Daisy, his subtle portrayal of Hoke's growing relationship with Miss Daisy echoes Tracy's ability to show character development through small, truthful moments. Tracy also influenced Freeman's approach to working with other actors. Spencer understood that acting is reacting, Freeman explained in an interview with The Guardian. The best scenes happen when actors truly listen to each other and respond honestly. Their connection became spiritual for Freeman, who has spoken about feeling Tracy's influence in his most challenging roles. Spencer taught me that less is more, Freeman has said. When in doubt, do less, not more. Number 2, Laurence Olivier. Laurence Olivier represents the pinnacle of classical acting in Morgan Freeman's mind. While Freeman's style is more naturalistic than Olivier's theatrical approach, he's always been fascinated by Olivier's complete commitment to character transformation and his mastery of both stage and screen. Freeman first encountered Olivier's work through his film performances in Hamlet and Richard III. He was amazed by Olivier's ability to make Shakespeare accessible to modern audiences, while maintaining the poetry and power of the original text. Larry showed me that classical training doesn't have to feel stuffy or artificial, Freeman told the Los Angeles Times. This influence appears in Freeman's approach to more prestigious projects. His work in Kiss the Girls and Along Came a Spider borrows Olivier's technique of finding the intellectual core of a character before building the emotional layers. In Wanted, his portrayal of Sloane channels Olivier's ability to make villains compelling through sheer force of personality. Olivier also influenced Freeman's understanding of the actor's responsibility to the audience. Larry believed that every performance was a gift to the people watching, Freeman explained. He never phoned it in, never gave less than everything he had. Their connection remained aspirational for Freeman, who has often cited Olivier as the standard by which all actors should be measured. Larry proved that acting could be both art and entertainment, Freeman has said. That's the balance every serious actor should strive for. Number 1. Sidney Lumet. At number 1 is Sidney Lumet, and while he was primarily a director, his influence on Morgan Freeman as a performer cannot be overstated. Lumet directed Freeman in some of his most powerful early film roles and taught him lessons about acting that shaped his entire career. Their collaboration began with The Pawnbroker in 1964, where Freeman had a small but memorable role. Lumet saw something special in the young actor and began mentoring him, teaching him about the relationship between actor and camera. Sidney taught me that film acting is about truth in small moments, Freeman has said. He showed me that the camera sees everything, so you can't fake anything. This influence shaped Freeman's entire approach to screen acting. Lumet's technique of using long takes and minimal coverage forced Freeman to sustain truthful performances for extended periods. In Street Smart, their most significant collaboration, Freeman delivered a career-defining performance under Lumet's guidance. Sidney didn't direct actors, he guided them, Freeman reflected after Lumet's death. He created an environment where truth could emerge naturally, and then he captured it. Lumet also influenced Freeman's understanding of the collaborative nature of filmmaking. Sidney taught me that everyone on set is working toward the same goal, Freeman explained. The actor's job is to serve the story, not their own ego. Their relationship transcended professional collaboration to become a true artistic partnership. Lumet reportedly considered Freeman one of the most naturally gifted actors he'd ever worked with, while Freeman credits Lumet with teaching him everything he knows about film acting. Morgan Freeman's 7 favorite actors reveal the foundation of his legendary career. These masters didn't just inspire him, they taught him that great acting requires truth, preparation, and the courage to be vulnerable in front of the camera. From Poitier's dignity to Lumet's guidance, each influence shaped the performer we revere today. But perhaps most importantly, these 7 artists showed Freeman that acting is about more than entertainment. It's about representation, responsibility, and using your platform to elevate the human experience. His ability to embody wisdom and authority on screen comes from understanding the lessons these masters taught. Understanding these influences reveals why Morgan Freeman has become more than just an actor. He's become a cultural institution. His voice carries the weight of all those who came before him, and his performances honor their legacy while creating his own immortal contribution to cinema. We are committed to releasing 2 videos a week. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more film lore.